Hi, this is Tim Hadley with the Heights baseball team, and I'm here with Brian Croce for another installment of our podcast. We're here in the new Heights base, or not really the new, but the baseball room. And Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
So we have wrapped up our fall schedule, and why don't you talk about the fall schedule, beginning with the wood bat, start chronologically.
Sure. The Wood Bat Classic, which we won 2 years ago, and last year we won a game in against McNamara. We did not do very well in this year. I don't know what went wrong really, other than I guess everything. We struggled to hit, and just we just weren't ready. Anyway, that's something we'll learn from and move on to the next one.
Well, positives about the wood bat, I guess, would be that for the first year there were more and more teams are competing in it, and so we had two public school teams competing in it for the first time. So maybe next year it gets a little bigger, hopefully.
Yes, I suppose the tournament itself grew.
Yeah.
The profile of the tournament grew. I wish we had done a little better.
Yeah, had a better shot. So after the wood bat, we had, I think, 2 weeks of practice, and then we have our annual gray-white classic tournament, which each squad, the gray squad and the white squad, each won a single game.
Mm-hmm.
What happened this year?
Yeah, the gray-white's one of my favorite events, just because I like the rivalry amongst the players, the intra-team competition. I think it brings out the best in some people. And this one went a lot like the past years. The white team won game one, which they did, has happened before. And then everybody assumed that the white team was simply going to go ahead and easily win game two, and that would be that. Well, the gray team got the win in game two, and then ultimately the white team came back in game three. And so it went right down to the wire, which they had, all three of them. And, a lot of people had good showings. Joe Bruchowski was the MVP of the tournament. He pitched well, he hit well. Grant Hartzell hit real well for the gray team. He got all tournament. And I think Matt McCreary and Guy Patrick DeSantis got all tournament for the white team as well. But it was a real good tournament. We had great weather. And, some guys got some chances to play. Some guys got some chances to play other positions. And, it was a good end of the fall.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is the third straight year. Every single year it's gone to 3 games, so that's been a positive.
Yeah.
And game two was actually, as a spectator more than a coach, I didn't coach during that. Game two was the most exciting. Why don't you talk about game two a little bit?
Game two, yes. Game two went to extra innings. Okay.
First time that's ever happened.
Yes. And if I recall, Grant Hartzell had a game-winning double, knocking in Brady Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for the game-winning run.
I think it was a triple, but either way.
Yeah, he hit it over the left fielder's head. And Gray came back in that game, I guess, a couple of times to ultimately end up winning it. And so that was, I thought, real good. I was wondering, sometimes you wonder, are guys going to mail it in, or are they going to sort of keep going? And I was happy that, they could have mailed it in end of the fall, but no, they kept the thing going.
That was Grant's second triple of the day. So
yes, it was.
So, but now that the fall season's over, November is kind of a nice downtime for everybody, and then December is winter break and everything like that.
Yes.
We have our winter schedule after the break. Why don't you talk? This is, I believe, like the 4th or 5th year that we've had our winter schedule.
Yes, I want to say it's the 4th year. We're going to do morning workouts prior to school. It's the one time really during the winter when the gym's available, is you get it before school. Now, I know some of the guys don't like the mornings, and it makes some rides difficult, but it's the time we get the gym all to ourselves, and I like the morning. There'll be some workouts. It'll be some getting in shape. We will have a schedule very soon. You and I are finalizing details, and we will have that very, very shortly. I hope before we go on Thanksgiving break here.
Okay.
I think absolutely, definitely before we go. Did I say absolutely, definitely? Is that redundant? Before we go on Thanksgiving break, we will most definitely have the schedule.
All right. Now, Florida this year, we are actually going back to the Palace of Palaces. We're going back to the greatest place on earth, the Cocoa Expo. And after Florida, how's our schedule shaping up for this spring?
The Florida trip is the Florida trip, same as always, same as usual. I guess yes. As you mentioned, the change is kind of going back back
home.
Yeah. Make a long story short, the Cocoa Expo underwent renovations last year and was closed. We went to Vero Beach. We were happy with Vero Beach. I just think, and it's funny. I actually was talking to the Vero Beach guy on the phone the other day. It's just a matter of Cocoa. I think fits more within what we're trying to do. There's some other factors. It's closer to the airport. The cost is a little bit better. Just a number of things. But we're going back to a renovated Cocoa Expo, so that's going to be interesting. And when we get back from Cocoa, really, we jump right into things. We have St. Francis that Monday. We have McNamara that Wednesday. We start the Champions Classic that Thursday.
And who's our draw in the Champions Classic, if you can remind us all?
Our draw, we are in the bracket with Spalding, Landon, and Good Counsel.
So we got a little bit of a uphill climb. So.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
But it'll be a fun year, and we'll see how things go.
A couple of other things just to sort of gravy train on the schedule talk is we entered into a sort of a 2-year deal here with DeMatha. We're going to play them April 6th of this upcoming year at DeMatha. We're doing the St. Albans doubleheader again. This one will, of course, be at St. Albans. I'm trying to think of the other additions to the schedule. Some of the regulars are back. Landon, McNamara, Riverdale twice, Avalon twice, Bullis. Oh boy, why can't I think of it off the top of my head right now? I'm working on St. Stephen's currently. St. Mary's of Annapolis is into the picture. So the schedule is shaping up to be, I think, pretty solid. And those are, I haven't even mentioned our league and our state tournament stuff. So, the schedule's looking pretty good. I'm trying to continue beefing that up and continue to sort of get us some games with really good programs.
All righty. Well, you got anything else?
No, not a whole lot. It's the downtime. Nothing major has changed, I would say, in the last few weeks. Nothing major. We're all sort of getting some rest right now before things pick up after Christmas, and then things really pick up in the spring. But no, things are good, and things are sort of going along as normal.
All righty. Well, hopefully we'll have another podcast before Florida.
We're going to try to have one in December.
Yep. And for those of you who can't get enough of Heights Baseball, there is the newsletter, which will come out once a month in the off season and once a week during the season.
Okay.
And that can be that'll be on heightsbaseball.com, and you can have it emailed to you if you sign up for it at the parents tab for parent information. And
we have a parent tab.
We have a parents tab.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
So Brian's learning something new every day.
Yes.
All righty. Well, we'll see you guys next time.
Okay.